Well, let's get the latest from one of Britain's leading pollsters. ComRes Executive Chairman Andrew Hawkins joins us now from Westminster in London. Andrew, good morning to you. For our viewers who haven't been following this election, every twist and turn of it so closely, may well remember that it seemed as if David Cameron's Conservative Party were going to walk this election. A year ago, they were charging ahead in the polls. What's gone wrong for them?
Well, the Conservatives came back from the Christmas and New Year break with what was really the launch of their campaign. And as far as a lot of the public saw, it seemed to be focused around a poster campaign that put David Cameron at the forefront of their branding. And that hasn't worked for a number of reasons. One is that David Cameron's personal appeal is very strictly limited to London and the South East. And the other is there are other demographic groups that aren't as keen on the Conservatives in general as they are Labour. I mean, for example, the Conservatives really struggle to get the same level of support among women as they have among men. And I think when you go back over the last 2 years, the Conservatives you could argue that they've been guilty of complacency in that they haven't really made any headway on the issues that count and were lulled into a false sense of security when at last year's European and local elections Labour did incredibly badly, but that was because their voters were simply staying away. So now faced with the threat of very stiff spending cuts, it looks as if Labour voters have suddenly woken up to this and are now declaring their hand, which is putting the Conservative vote share under strain.
You talked a little bit about personal appeal there. It's been a very interesting time in British politics. We've seen the Britain's Prime Minister, Gordon Brown, doing an in-depth interview on British television. Last night, David Cameron did the same thing. His mother and his wife were involved. The Prime Minister's wife has been involved. Does this feel more like an American presidential campaign? But
by the time that the likely date for the election, May the 6th, comes around, it definitely will. Of course, between now and then, we've got 3 debates between the 3 main party leaders, which we've never seen before, 4.5 hours that television viewers will be subjected to of personalised politics. And until this election, personalisation has been something that all the main parties have shied away from. They've rather poo-pooed, said we don't do that sort of thing in Britain. And now they're rapidly unwinding all of that. But you see, the Conservative poster campaign I referred to a moment ago, one of the reasons I think it failed was because normally in any marketing campaign, especially political marketing, you've got to define the problem and then present yourself as the solution. And the Conservatives rather jumped the gun. They thought that in David Cameron they had someone that everyone would take to, especially in light of the ratings that Gordon Brown has sometimes had and stories about him being suggestions that he's being a bully to his staff and this sort of thing that they thought, that the Conservatives thought people wouldn't like. But actually, when times get tough, what the British voter wants is somebody in Downing Street who's going to take tough decisions and be a strong leader.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning.
Thank you.